Are you sometimes feeling that it's not working, especially personal development, and you've been doing it for a while, and you do it and you do it, you do you read all the books, you read all the courses, you go to the coaching, you go to the retreats, the seminars, you name it, but still something you feel like it's not clicking. I'm like doing everything, right? But it's not working. I'm doing everything. I'm doing journaling, you name it, but something is still missing. And I can tell you what's missing. The missing part that I see is a huge missing key that I don't know why, but nobody wants to tell you. And that is embodiment. Really embodying what you have learned. You have a huge gap between what you actually know and what you already are able to do, right? And you have to understand there's this missing link between who you're meant to be, your gifts and talents, and who you actually are right now. And so you don't need to do more, but you need to be more. And how do you do that, right? It's really easy to say, just do be more, but it doesn't just take one day that you are there, but it's a continuous self-awareness, because self-development, in my opinion, is not self-development. It is continuous self-awareness, becoming more aware of who you are. And Bob Proctor always said that the only way to understand, and we're talking about understanding you, is through continuous study. So this has to be a continuous study. Bob Proctor was studying 50 plus years, I believe it was 60 actually plus years, in personal development about who he is, right? So if you want to figure out who you are, you need to study you. And not necessarily more books, more information, more of actually what works, and more of embodying who you are. And if you start embodying who you are, if you really start to embody gratitude, I mean, it's a lifestyle. This is not a morning routine, guys. This is a embodiment. This is a lifestyle. This is how you live, right? Doesn't mean that you do your gratitude journal in the morning and then you go to work and you're a different person. Doesn't work that way. You are everywhere as the person you are. You show up as the person you are. And if there's someone else you want to become, in a sense, you have to become that person before anything else before you or around you changes. Because you are an embodiment of that energy. You are an embodiment of that idea. And realize that ideas are always started in a human's mind, right? So you attract or receive or generate that idea, and then you start to embody it. Imagine yourself, how would it feel like if you would be that person? How would it feel like? How would you walk? How would you talk? How would you show up? What kind of energy, what kind of posture are you showing up to be that person? And are you really showing up? And really do a daily check-in for yourself if you are showing up as the embodiment of that person. Not faking it, but faith in it. Have to have full faith that you are truly the embodiment of that person, because nothing else exists. Don't deny the existing reality, but a little bit you should, because the more focus on you give to the existing reality, that means you are denying the future that seems the future that you are trying to create. But realize that you don't have to create it. It's already there. Neville said that it only is excluded from your current reality because you're not consciously aware of it. So you have to become the embodiment, the conscious embodiment of that individual who already is where you want to be, who already has what they want to have. If you have a purpose, if you have fulfillment, Start embodying that. Start feeling how would it feel like if you are on purpose? How would it be like? How would people interact with you? How would you interact with people if you're fulfilled, if you're on purpose, if you're happy, if you're in a relationship, if you're wealthy, whatever it is? How would you embody that person today?